God, I need answers. Why young straight out Atlanta? Why the judge and the cops trying to jam us? Why I keep getting all of these chances? Why me, God, I need answers. Speak your mind and you might get counseled. Pinky ring and it cost me a phantom. The witness, the evidence tampered. Dirty money, the safest to hamper. Yeah, my bitch a star and I stamped her. P.E. Jordan 3, this a sampler. I don't wanna do it, but I gotta do it. Gotta, if it's me or you. He got fire, I got fire, lighter fluid. Gotta wait from the haters, say hallelujah. Be crazy, be the closest to you. It's okay, cause they know that I come to do it. Hold your VO for Virgil, exclusive Louis. I hit a Ewing, wrist hitting and glistening the movies. If it's smoke at the door, then I'm tending to it. Watch when I step here, come my belt. Angel on my shoulder, but the devil on the left. I got a meal, not a meal from Michelle. I do it alone, I own myself. Stay home for you, don't get playing dirty here below my belt. I'ma get the bad, do the show myself. I had to show myself. Make room on my plate. I just said my grace and then I ate. Got a particular taste. I just stuffed my pockets in my face. Okay, let's have a debate. We talking about, I promise I'm feeling the way. I took the bodies up out of my closet. I buried them deep and they still in the way. I fed up the crib with cars of ours with art and all.
So much NFL history has come from within the walls of Soldier Field here in Chicago.
The cheese?
And we're happy to return to it once again in its final chapters as an NFL stadium. Not a kicker or a puncher here, Brock. It's safety Justin Reed to get this one going. And we're underway from Soldier Field. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Ready?
And he'll get it up to the 27. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here's Swift on 2nd down. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Offense up to the line fast. Williams to throw on first. Finds his running back, DeAndre Swift. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 37. Allen there to haul it in. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. 1st down throw by Williams. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here.
That's good. Chicago Bears.
1st down, Williams. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. Justin Reed has the INT. And the Chiefs take over after forcing the first turnover of this ball game. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Hey, 15. Hey, 57. Attack. Hey, Sunday.
Mahomes starting off with a throw. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate.
Shatters last.
Once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
43! 43!
Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. That one finds Xavier Worthy.
The nice thing about a drag route is it works versus zone. You can find that soft spot and get a completion, but they can be very effective when you got an excellent route runner running away on that drag route for man coverage.
3rd and short, here's Mahomes. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
Yellow! Relax! Attack, attack!
Now motion him out of the backfield. He finds him beyond the marker. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, looks like the 30. They hit him for 5 yards on 4th down and get the successful conversion.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out, well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
43, 15. Attack!
Back to the air, Mahomes. Completed to his running back. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Hike the ball.
Through 1 quarter, neither side break. About set for the 2nd quarter. Chiefs football here. They'll have 2nd and 7 to deal with. Again, Mahomes to throw. Into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. And the Bears return the interception close to the red zone. He's stopped inside the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Get it!
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
60 Eagle! 60 Eagle!
Throwing again on 2nd, Williams. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Just couldn't find Romadunze there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready?
Williams on the play action. Catch is made in close. And he pushes all the way to the goal line, but gonna be out at the 1. They'll take that kind of passing from the rookie out of USC. He gets him the 1st.
Ready up! Hey! Hiking 18! Hawk 7!
Sticking in the air, it's Williams. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Working from the gun, Williams. And he has the Chicago touchdown! The Bears pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
He's going to return it from a yard or two deep. And this drive will start inside the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Yellow! Yellow, yellow!
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Well, what an effort. Diving, making the catch along the right sideline. 16 yards on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm?
It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Kevin Byard comes up with it. And the Bears will have it shy of their own 30 after that tackle. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Oh, put some heat on it. They get it right back. That's intercepted. Justin Reed has the INT. And the Chiefs get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception. Oh, my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a 3rd in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball, because these secondaries are locked in.
1st and 10, it's Mahomes. Dump off caught by his back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Yellow, yellow! Yellow, yellow! 50, yellow, 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 yellow!
Motion man is the tight end here, going left. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Soldier Field. The Chiefs looking for a score before halftime. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That pass is complete to Kelsey. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Hey, 43! I don't need to.
Tight end going in motion here. Mahomes here from the gun on 3rd down. To the outside and complete to Kelsey. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the 1st down.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th.
Yellow! Hey, 15!
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. That's cut beyond the marker. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. That's a gain of 10, and staring at a turnover on downs, Brock, they pick up the first instead.
15. Yellow. Hey, Ribblets. Hey, 43.
Another throw for Mahomes. Buys time, rolling right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Attack!
Throwing again, Mahomes. Hits his running back. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. The Bears decide to call their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Knowing how our wonderful EA Sports team and director does his job, we're going to see a replay real quick here, Kate. And I want to see that moment of truth, that panic in the QB's eyes. You run that bootleg, you're out there alone. You got to make something happen, or you could take a risk like that. A huge sack for this defense.
Mahomes to throw for it. They connect for the foot. They get to him, and he loses the football. It's out. Bears pick it up, headed the other way. Oh, this is tough. Don't let it be lost here that their call on fourth actually worked. They got the first down, and then they fumbled.
Kate, that's like saying the dinner looked so good before the waiter dropped the plate. The results were there as designed, but one mistake took it all away.
Oh, man. Back in his own end zone, looking to throw. He's trying to go deep again. He's got it deep downfield. Timeout Chicago. It uses its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And now they face second down.
70 Lions. Here we go.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
Come on. Set. Street.
Williams from the gun. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up third down. Here's Williams. And that's going to be brought in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears will add to their lead at the end of the half. It's a Keenan Allen touchdown. Santos connects on the point after. And the Bears double their lead to 14. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone. So the football will come back out to the 20. They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Returnable from the 1. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. From the gun, Piron. And he'll get this up to the 29-yard line. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
A humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain. Not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
From the 29. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Yellow. 15.
3rd and short. Here's Mahomes. That's caught for the 1st. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. New set of downs for him at the 38.
Yellow.
1st down throw, Mahomes. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
15. Yellow.
They fake the handoff. Now Mahomes. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Again, Mahomes to throw. To the left and reeled in by Hopkins. And he's out a yard or 2 shy of the 15. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Easy.
Working inside the red zone. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
15.
to the air. Mahomes. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Travis Kelce, the touchdown. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Scott now to return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. It's an excellent return, but he gets popped at the end of it. They've got first down from the 31.
Ready.
And defenders are there to get him at the line. Trent McDuffie getting there for the stop. Working quickly here. 2nd and 10 now. Oh no, they get him yet again. And the Chiefs are finally stopped on the return, but they'll still take over on the edge of the red zone. Well, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception.
We know that no lead in the NFL is safe. A 1-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. How many of these games so often come down to one possession in the end? With a half of football left, you just can't give away too many gifts and too many possessions.
Throwing on first down, Mahomes. Nice work by the back here, playing safety valve complete. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He brings it in. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Man in motion, headed right. Touchdown, Kansas City! All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Here are the Chiefs facing a massive 2-point try. Mahomes throwing for 2. Put the body on the line for his team. But we all knew extra point was doing nobody any good there. Got to go for 2 in the tie. They do. They get it. And just like that, we're all squared up here in the 2nd half.
Squared up, brand new ball game, even Steven. Who is Steven? Do you know who Steven is?
That's a good question. No, go ahead. Go ahead, though. Take it.
I don't know who Steven is, and I don't really care because it's a whole new game with both teams totally alive.
Scott now to return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Williams. He's throwing deep to the left side. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Bears first down. New set of downs for him at the 38. First down throw by Williams. Allen on the catch. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. First down, here's Swift. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. Offense up to the line fast. Williams on the play action. And they pick him off again. And the Chiefs get it back as he intercepts him for the second time this game.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
Ball at the 33 for first down.
Attack, attack!
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Brought in right side. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Shotgun handoff to Piron. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They run once more with Piron. And they're going to bring him down after a good gain to the 40. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Slot man in motion right. Still going inside the 35.
He trying to get the
16
last
on the pickup. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down. Straight ahead they go with Piron. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. The Bears decide to call their first timeout. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Back to throw. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. DeAndre Hopkins, the one he was looking for. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Hey, 57, 57. Hey, rip left. Yellow. 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 Come back. Hey, rip left. Attack, attack. Attack.
Here he is to throw. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's tackled for a short gain. Timeout taken by the defense. Their 2nd. Harrison Butker out now. He knows how big this try is. It is a 44-yard look from the right hash. That one is good. And they're going to take the lead inside the final minute.
You know what I love about that, Kate? He didn't shrink from the spotlight. He seized the moment, made it his own. And that kick might just win them this game.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Escapes the pocket. Try and push it deep downfield. And they don't connect looking deep there, but this play's not quite over yet. There's a flag on the field.
Even if he would have caught that, that would have been
not
a
a
legal
holding
man
call.
back
One of
there.
the linemen actually too far downfield that time. That's what drew the flag.
Ready, break. Here we go, set.
Setting up to pass. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down.
Ready.
He'll look to throw it. Try and push it deep downfield. Big gain downfield. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Williams to throw on first. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So it's
See how I let him come back and win.
I came in nothing but some raps, the clothes on my back, them L-dogs, nothing but them blacks, the A, with a black man is debonair. I'm talking about a black man's heaven here. Shorty, we going where the destination is manifested. We learn how to collect reparations and invest it. I went from dressing the coldest to catching the COVID, to blessed with success to promote it, to just do it.
Yeah, buddy, you ready or not? Don't really care if you was or you wasn't LeBron. From now on, I'm calling the shots. I don't really care about your hating little daddy LeBron. Your mammy's a pity. Anytime I get beside myself, I remind myself from. Think I gotta go through. I don't like therapists, I don't like most. You love me, my go-to. Love a thing blind on top like Goku. Just left Noble, back in my dojo. Channel like Aura, got the whole Roku. Been big dog from the Tether Road, told you. Wait, don't even know you. Step right, I'm a long trip. Blick of my VIP. Snack of my. One brick, one miss. Rich took his check out. We talking start like ball hype. Pretty face guy like, bruh, how do I exist? In the gym every day, I'm a miss. I'm a daddy like, boy, don't blow my assist. I got it. Tryna slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this. You gonna blow it. Them, they not important. Me, I'm the one goated. 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 Tryna slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this. You gonna blow it. Them, they not important. Me, I'm the one goated. 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 Just don't touch me. You're ugly. Just don't touch me. You're ugly. Bro, I'm godlike. I'm judgy. I can't touch this girl. She musty. Bro, you flexing on IG. People like you disgust me. Just don't touch me. You're ugly. Just don't touch me. You're ugly. These women love me.
It was only opened in 2020, but quickly became one of the league's most recognizable venues. You're looking at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Here to begin this one is Cameron Dicker. And here we go from LA. He'll take this at the 10.
Get out.
Breaks the tackle, still going. And this return is brought to a halt just across the 10. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. And off to Chubb to start the drive. Give them 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Watson on 1st and 10. Makes the connection. Here's Jerome Ford. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here's Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Offense in the hurry up here. Watson now off play action. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Back to the air, Watson. Got him in, it's Njoku. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Working quickly here. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. He gets loose down the right side. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. David Njoku, the touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. On the return, it's Jalen Reagor. And this drive will start inside the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And it brings up an L.A. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Again, they'll run with Dobbins. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Juan Thornhill getting there for the stop.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 45-yard line.
They go play action. Here's Herbert. Flushed out of the pocket. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. They snap it to Herbert. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They give inside to Chubb. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. That's Denzel Perryman in on the stop. Play action, it's Watson. It's complete to Ford. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. So before they can get set and snap it, the clock... We're ready now for the second quarter. Browns in control of it. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Out of the gun, here's Watson. He's got it in the red zone. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. First and 10. Here's Watson. He's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Sticking to the air with Watson. Touchdown, Cleveland! On his Hopkins for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Browns double their lead to 14. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Rager with the return here. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Herbert from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 15 at the 18-yard line.
59, 59. Really?
Trying again following the sack. Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 15.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So that brings up 4th and long. The Chargers lined up in punt formation. James Prochet returning this for the Browns. And he makes the fair catch inside the 45. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Browns will go on offense. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Here's Jerome Ford for the first time this game. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Offense up to the line fast. 2nd and 12 behind the sticks. That one complete to Njoku. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Here's Watson, 1st and 10. Getting out to his left. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
A gain of 29 yards. 1st down, Browns.
Working inside the red zone. And there's a man there. It's
Who that?
intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And the Chargers get the football on the 1st turnover of the contest. Inside the red zone, they could feel how tight they were to the goal line. And then bam, Brock, they're off the field after a clutch interception.
I tell you what, football's the ultimate team game, but this is a situation where an individual picks up all 10 of his guys out there on the field. Somebody else is going to pick up the tab at dinner tonight for him.
Herbert on 1st down. This into the hands of Will Dissly. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one hits for 30. And the Chargers will have a 1st. A give to Dobbins out of the shotgun. Broke through the tackle. And he gets some good yardage down to the 42. LA uses a timeout here. It's 2nd. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
At the Browns' 42-yard line.
From the 42. Chased out to his right. Oh, he lost the football. And the Browns pick it up. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a 1st down on 2nd down. You're trying to create a manageable 3rd down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Rolling into enemy territory. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st and 10 after that last highlights. They're at the 30.
He's doing that, man. He got
To throw, here's Watson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Timeout taken by the offense. They're 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch, and you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the moment.
Into heavy coverage, and that's intercepted. Asante Samuel Jr. makes the play. And the Chargers make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half. Well, okay, I guess we've got a couple of very giving teams today, Brock. One side coughs it up with a fumble, then the other side graciously hands it right back with the interception.
Hey, listen, if you like playmaking defenses, then you like this game right here. These defenses, they're the ones supplying the big plays, and they're putting their stamp on this game.
Looking to throw. Trying for the deep ball. That's complete inside the 35.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Brown's kick is up and good. And that'll get him back to 11. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Rager with the return here. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll send him over right. Okay, the wide receiver's going to get it to begin the drive. And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, look, in the right situation, you catch a team off guard. Well, this could be a tremendous play for some big yards. But in the wrong situation, you get hit in the mouth right behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a catch for Hayden Hurst. It's a race down the right side. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. So a massive gain, and all of a sudden, we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Herbert now off the play fake. That throw behind his intended target. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Throwing from the gun here. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
A 29-yard attempt.
Oh my goodness, they're faking it. And a well-timed fake leads to a touchdown. Great work by the offense. They caught him off guard with the fake, and they pulled it off to perfection.
Yeah, they sure did, and this is a call that involves some risk. Listen, you're taking 3 points off the board by just willing to attempt this. And then, well, you got to get great execution by everybody involved. In this instance, well, they all came through to make that call a smart one.
For a second, looked like the Chargers offense was coming off, but no, coaches say stay out there. We're going for 2. Herbert's going to look to throw for this. And no connection on the 2-point try. It fails.
You know, no sense in piling on. Pretty clear for everybody to see. He knows he should have had that one. Just didn't watch it in the whole way. And it leaves 2 points on the table.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Returning from the 18-yard line. He lost the football. And they dodge a turnover there on the return. This return gets to the 30 before he stopped.
You know, awareness, Kate, is one of the best skills anyone on the return team can possess. And normally it's just for hitting blocks and clearing a lane and doing their job. But there it was recognizing the fumble and locating it quickly to save the possession.
Rolling left, buying some time. Throwing deep down the left. He's got it inside the 10. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Ford does not get in. His push is stopped just short of that goal line.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
Chubb trying to run his way in. And he's in for the touchdown. The Browns push their lead further to start the half. It's a Nick Chubb touchdown. On his Hopkins for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Browns push the lead up to 12. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Rager with the return here. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Herbert. On the move, headed right. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
2nd and 10 now, Herbert. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Couldn't connect with Ladd McConkey. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
He has the burst over the middle. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Here's the first give to Gus Edwards. And he's got a chunk of yards as we've reached the end of 3. This is the end of the 3rd. Second and 3 now. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
I mean, you can see it right there. The trajectory of the ball changed as it was in flight. You know, on shorter throws, receivers, they can focus, they can adjust quickly. But on a long-distance throw like that, a tip, well, it really alters the course of the ball and makes it so tough to make an adjustment in time.
He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. They're set up at the 35 now. 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Forced out to his right. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 20 at the 45-yard line.
Herbert back to throw. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Looking for his wide receiver there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Now Herbert to throw. Caught for big yards on the right side. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line.
A big gain on the play, but it leads to 4th down.
Desperation time here on 4th. Escapes out to the left. He's running for it. And he hits the deck after setting him up with 1st and goal. They hit for 16 yards on 4th down, and a drive we all thought had stalled out is going to carry on. Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10.
21.
They try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. Chargers hurrying to the line as the seconds tick away. To throw, Herbert. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. This one intended for the running back. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Now to throw. Has it in close. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal. He keeps it himself. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown. I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. The fact that they pulled that out on a 1st and goal, Brock, didn't wait for a later down. Gotta imagine that played a part in its success, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. It sure did. And I would have loved to seen those eyes in the huddle, right? When you call QB sneak and you look at those guys in the huddle, the big guys in particular, many times they will tell you with their body language, we're ready to go. And that group certainly was.
And the 2-point pass falls incomplete. They tried to get aggressive, but it doesn't work. So everything comes down to this onside kick with less than a minute to go. And the Browns are on that one. So that should just about do it here. And they bring him down around the 34.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
Here's Chubb up the middle. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Pass is cut at the 9. And that should just about do it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that should lock up this win. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
And he has it inside the end zone. That's going to add 2 to their lead here late.
Chargers 15. Justin Hopkins to kick off.
Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Rager with the return here. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Herbert from the gun. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Denzel Ward makes the play. And the Browns take over inside the 35 after the interception and a spirited return. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Well, QB put it pretty close to the sideline to begin with, and the defender, look at him, just put his little hand right out there. It just encouraged it to fall out of bounds.
Throwing deep for the end zone. And he loses control of the interception in the end zone. Could have taken away some potential points, but instead, new life, third down.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. Sticking to the air with Watson. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Oh, he loses it on the return. They could get this back. Disaster averted. Thank goodness. He covers it up himself, but time's still running off here. They got to go. This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest. One final shot here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And that last pass falls incomplete as this game comes to a close. So the Browns come away with the win. All right, Brock. 2 words for you as we wrap this one up. Mission.
Flip mode. 9-7. Bust a bus. Hot. Check it out. Hit you with no delay into what you saying, yo. Silly with your ice grilly with the dilly, yo. When I be on the mic, yes, I do my duty, yo. While up in the club like we while in the studio. You know when to violate, baby, really and truly, yo. My main thug, Bill and A. Julio, he moody, yo. Type of brother that it with the real shook, scared to death, act, yo. X that, look at shorty, she a little cutie, yo. The way she make me wanna get all in the, yo. Top mistress of the videos. While I'm with my freak like we up in the freak shows. Hit you with the make you feel it all in your toes. Hot, got all my people in red clothes. Metaphors when I formulate my flows. If you don't know, you're messing with lyrical player pros. Do like you really wanna party with me? Let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands where my eyes can see. Straight buck wildin' in the place to be. If you really wanna party with me, let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands where my eyes can see. Straight buck wildin' in the place to be. If you really wanna party with me, ain't gonna be trust. Yo, it's a must that you heard of us, yo, we murder us. A lot of people is wondering and they curious. I'm taking my unit, do it, it's so mysterious. Furious, all of my people is serious. Shook others be walking around fearing us. Front, baby, like you don't wanna be hearing us. Gotta listen to Harry, he'll be playing us. 30 times a day to make you delirious. Damaging everything all up in your area. Yo, it's funny how all of be always serving us. All up in between they where they wanna carry us. Hit you good, then I hit them off with the alias. Various, they wanna marry us. Yo, it's flip mode, you stupid, you know we bout to bust. 7-figure money, the label preparing us. Bite the dust instead of you making the fuss. People know better cause they ain't no comparing us. Mad at us, yes you know better, we fabulous. Hit my people off with the flow, that be marvelous. Oh, my whole clique victorious. Taking no prisoners with us, straight up warriors. When I feel it, then I know you be feeling so glorious. Then we blitz and reminisce on my people notorious. Do you really wanna party like that? Let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands where my eyes can see. Straight buck wildin' in the place to be. If you really wanna party with me, let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands where my eyes can see. Straight buck wildin' in the place to be. If you really wanna party with me.
I put the new 4Gs on the G. I into the bloody bottoms is underneath. Cause I'm got it out the streets. I keep 100 racks inside my jeans. I remember hitting them all with the whole team. Now I can't answer calls cause I'm balling. I was waking up getting racks in the morning. I was broke, now I'm rich, deep, salty. All this designer on my body got me drip, drip. Hey, straight up out the objects, I'm a big. If I got up, I'ma sip. I run the racks up with my queen like London and Nip. But I got rich on all these, I didn't forget back. I had to go through the struggle, I didn't forget that. I hopped inside of the Maybach and now I can sit back. Deep, know me now, cause I got them big racks. Cause I'm getting money now, I know you heard that. Young, on the corner, I had to serve. Uncle fronted me some, had to get him back. We came up on dirty money, I gave it a back. Cut off the, then I get my the new coupe. Either you fronted. Got a New Orleans, man, that voodoo. Ain't on that now, who knew? I put the new 4Gs on the G. I into the bloody bottoms is underneath. Cause I'm got it out the streets. I keep 100 racks inside my jeans. I remember hitting them all with the whole team. Now I can't answer calls cause I'm balling. I was waking up getting racks in the morning. I was broke, now I'm rich, deep, salty. I've been waking up to get the money, whoa, whoa. Got it bad, tatted, whoa, whoa. Da Vinci to my toes, 2 twins on both. I put in new AP, the water like a boat. I was down bad on my, what was you? I know you turned your back on me just to get some wrecks. I seen you swerve back, cause I'm in the black back. New diamonds on me, flash, just say Snapchat. Cause I been getting paid. Yellow diamonds on me look like lemonade. Got my baby mama that new Bentayga. Tryna get a dojo like a sensei. Rolls Royce umbrellas when I'm in the rain. I just mind my business. I got brothers that did the time, I ain't kidding. All these rappers just talk about it, I live it. Going up, I ain't got no sky limit. Yeah, 4Gs on the G. I into the bloody bottoms is underneath. Cause I'm got it out the streets. I keep 100 racks inside my jeans. I remember hitting them all with the whole team. Now I can't answer calls cause I'm balling. I was waking up getting racks in the morning. I was broke, now I'm rich, deep, salty. I've been ballin'. Now why me ball on it? Hey, now why me ball on it? Yeah. Now why me ball on it? Now why me ball on it? Yeah.
Being on some chill, we go 0 to 100.
Built on the side of a former piano factory, there's been plenty of music made on the field here in the decade since it opened back in 1998. Welcome everyone to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Kaimi Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And we're off from Baltimore. From his own end zone, here we go. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3. Second down now, 7 to go.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Running once more with Henry. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
49-yard line.
Changing it up here, Jackson. His pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Putting a receiver in motion. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Has it down close. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. From the red zone now. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
Oh, that is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make an impact later.
He was looking for Mark Andrews. And now they're left with 3rd and goal. Jackson yet again. And he finds him in the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Starting at the 10. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. It's Mixon on 2nd down. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Offense in the hurry up here. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he gets his offense forward to the 44-yard line. Working quickly here. On the ground again with Mixon. And this run doesn't have the juice of that last one. He's stopped at the line. No gain on 2nd down, and they need 2 here on 3rd. They won't snap it in time. Welcome back. We'll begin the 2nd quarter with the Texans in possession. They'll begin the quarter with 3rd and 2. Shotgun now, 1st round. Has him on the quick hitter. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. And man, did he make an impact play.
First down, Stroud. He's got this complete to Dameon Pierce. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Stroud off the play fake. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Oh, that is going to haunt him. A drop touchdown in the end zone. We'll see how good his mental toughness is. If he can move past it quickly and make an impact for them later.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. First down from the red zone. And he will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans finish off their opening drive. Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Hardy on the return. And he gave it his best to get to the 25, just a step or two short of it. He's out along the 24-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Tackle made by Jeff Okuda.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
This is Henry on second. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. That's good for 7 yards. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. The Ravens driving. 1st down, ball at the 36.
13. Hey, Alpha, sit hot.
Another run for Henry. And he gets him around 6 there. Look at Jimmy Ward getting up there to make that stop. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Hey, sit hot.
They send a man in motion.
Sit hot.
Lamar now from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Now Jackson on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. Great looking catch, but he lost track of that sideline and went out of bounds. We've got 4th down.
I'll tell you what, you give him another foot of space, and he's going to bring that in for a nice gain. The throw, it just didn't give him enough real estate to establish possession before he hit the sideline.
They've got a man in motion. 4th down, it's Jackson. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Do you think maybe, just maybe, there's a chance of having too much confidence offensively? That's not a spot you want to see a team going for it on 4th down. And now it puts their defense right on the hook to try and pick them up after that miscue on 4th.
On play action, here's Stroud. On target to his back, Joe Mixon. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Throwing now off play action. And in for the Houston touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That one splits the uprights. And the Texans break that tie and now lead by 7. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Alpha, sit on. 180. Nice shot.
Man in motion out of the slot.
Sit up.
1st down throw for Jackson. Completed to Flowers. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On 1st down, Jackson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That one intended for Mark Andrews. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
180.
Slot man motioned over. Lamar off the play fake. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're...
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Azeez Al-Shire has it. And the Texans make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
Now, what you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it off.
Stroud throwing here on first. He's going to push one deep down the right. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. Trying to find Stephon Diggs. And it's going to be second down.
You know, ball skills, they're not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
Second and 10, Stroud to throw. Flush down out to his left. Has the open man downfield. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Now it's Kaimi Fairbairn on to try it for the Texans. From the left hash, this will be from 50. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. From the left side. Has the distance, but headed well left. No good. And it stays a one-possession game at 7 points.
That kick meter.
So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. This return makes it up to the 25. They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
All right.
To the air, Stroud. Completed to Collins. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here's Stroud on first and 10. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Stroud from the pistol. This is complete to Schultz. They get 37 on the play. And it sets up a Houston first.
We always hear about a tight end as a quarterback's best friend. That play is so indicative of it, Kate. You love a big target. And you know if you could hit him in stride, he's got a chance to get some big yards after the catch.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Hits his running back. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Giving that tackle to Kyle Van Noy. From the 25 on second down. Collins there to grab it. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. Offense up to the line fast. First and 10, a run to Mixon. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. From the gun, Stroud. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. A close game is going to stay close, Brock, so long as plays like that are being made in big situations.
Yeah, in these tight games, you got to have your defense making plays just like that in the red zone. Here we got a defender in particular coming through with a big hit to keep points off the board.
The back's got it. Touchdown, Houston. Fairbairn now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans double their lead to 14. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Hardy on the return. And look at this return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Ball at the 33 for first down. Here's Lamar. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. That one intended for Mark Andrews. So now it's going to be third and long. Now it's Lamar. Andrews with the catch. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field. Keep it short like that.
All right, I'll set up now. First and 10. Lamar throwing again. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens now within one score in the fourth. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch. That is a gold star effort by the defense. First and foremost, you got to defend against the run on this short of a field. To do that and adapt in time to force an incompletion, that's a win-win.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go.
They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Shotgun now for Stroud. Caught, nice gain left side. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. First down, Stroud. Hits his tight end on the corner route. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Working quickly here. Back to throw, Stroud. Can't connect over the middle, it's incomplete. Try and get it into Nico Collins. So it'll be second down. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Texans up by 8. A touchdown would put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, starting with first and goal. Throwing it again here. And he's in! Touchdown, Houston! The Texans have a commanding 14-point lead now in the fourth. Point after, up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans lead by 15 now. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Hardy on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Jackson throwing here. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Jimmy Ward.
GG's, fam.
And the Texans return the interception.
There's a girl in my backyard. I can run fast but won't get far. My mom thinks that I'm an animal. I'm just looking for the antidote. There's a British girl on my TV screen. She's so hot, she's so mean. Burn my body like it's flammable. Girl, I'm still a fan of you. Hey, 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 hey. Like a cannibal. Baby, I'm a fan of you. Your sensation, my fixation. Just tell me that it's tangible. Baby, I'm a fan of you. Hey, hey, hey. Your sensation is my fixation.
Say don't play with me, but I still gamble with it. We getting right before we take off on the landing strip. Know that you like all the attention that a fan gives. Say that you like me, but you way too young for marriage. I've been here before, I know exactly how it goes. Yeah, now I got you packing up your clothes. You can hit me up and let me know exactly when you close. I'm her favorite, says she need a. She wanna all day. Hey, hey, hey.